Alright, I wanted to take a couple minutes here to talk about the Medicom Enterbay Ultimate Unison, as they prefer to be called, I guess, figure here, and what I did to it, and what I think about it. So, I had the opportunity to get this figure for under the absurd asking price of $350. If you go to Sideshow's website, you can see what that's what it's listed at. So obviously it doesn't matter what the figure is unless you're a diehard Han Solo fan. You cannot get it for that price. Like, don't even think about it. I got mine for wholesale price from a wholesaler, and it was actually only about $200. So if you can get it for around between $200 and $250, I'd say go right ahead, get it. Don't hesitate. You won't be disappointed. I don't think. Maybe this video will help you decide that. I really don't think so. I think this is a great figure and something I'm super happy to own. But the prices are horrible. So the box says that Enterbay did the head and the clothes, and I believe that is true because certainly the head. The head is, you know, if you're familiar with the recent Enterbay, you know, Men in Black and Tony Montana, Scarface, Elvis, you know, they're doing some really, really good work these days, and I think that this Han Solo is no exception. I think that Harrison Ford is a tricky one to get down, and if you compare this to Hot Toys' Indiana Jones figure and all of the Sideshow Harrison Fords, I really think this is the strongest Harrison Ford sculpt we've seen. Kind of ironic because Hot Toys steals Arnie Kim, who does probably the worst Harrison Ford likeness for Indiana Jones, and then they put out one by themselves that's much better. So the head is pretty much unaltered here. I did darken his eyebrows a little bit. I followed the shape exactly. I just kind of darkened them a bit because they were a little light, and I did kind of paint his hair. I dry brushed some warmer hues on there just because I thought it was a little bit off, but by and large it's pretty much unaltered. The clothes are pretty good. Again, Enterbay tailored them. I heard that there was going to be, or this was supposed to be, a hybrid between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, and it's too bad that it wasn't, because all they would have really needed to do, despite maybe the shirt color being a little off, is included a jacket, a full jacket instead of the vest, and then you could have had both. And for $350, you certainly should have got that, especially because it comes with this Minoc hunt and mask, which is, you know, fine, but yeah, that wasn't from Return of the Jedi, guys, so okay. Don't know why you included that, but why not? Better that than just the rest of the accessories they included, which happens to be 3 extra hands. Wow. So, and the hands are Enterbay, which is great because they make the nicest hands in 1/6 scale, I believe. Certainly better than those oversized, goofy Hot Toys hands. I wish I could replace all my Hot Toys figures with Enterbay hands. I wish that they included a trigger finger for the left hand as well, but what are you going to do? So it actually is sitting here in a different body. I don't want to have any misconceptions that this is what you're getting out of the box. It's not, because you're getting this instead, and you know why Medicom, they just can't let go of their pride enough to just let Enterbay produce and distribute the figure, or rather just produce the figure and they can handle licensing and distributing, you know, the distributor for the figure, get their, you know, profit off their enormous price. No, they have to insist on, you know, including this horrible body here. But it actually is, as you can see here, in the 1/6 scale and not 1/7 scale, which is good news if you wanted to get this figure to put him next to your Hot Toys Luke or some of the recent Sideshow figures. So that's good. You know, it could have been worse. and they do fit quite nicely with that. So really quick, the figure also came with this is the Sideshow belt you're seeing it on here. It came with the same old Metacom plastic one, which is not, I guess, the worst looking thing in the world, but it's certainly not as nice as having a real leather belt. I may eventually replace this holster. Luke Skywalker, the Hot Toys one, has a much nicer holster, so I might actually replace that. But other than that, I think this is pretty good. And I did replace his boots. These are some really nice leather ones. They used to be brown. I don't know where they came from. They're a little, they're taller than most of those military Nazi boots or whatever you can get online. These are the boots that Metacom also provided. Needed to be replaced for sure. So I like the new boots on them. I think they look really good. So he isn't on that body, as you can tell. What I ended up doing was I tried every body I could, and I kind of have them all. So I put it on the Slim, Hot Toys Slim, Hot Toys Narrow Shoulder, Hot Toys Muscle Body, Hot Toys Bruce Lee Body, Enterbay's Scarface Body, Enterbay's Matt Damon Body. The list goes on. And where I landed on, because I thought that the build was best for Harrison in Return of the Jedi, was Blitzway's Scarface Body. I had an extra one of those. So I did modify it a little bit to fit him. Not to fit it specifically. The clothes fit pretty nice. The clothes kind of fit on all those bodies, except for the Hot Toys Muscle Body, by the way. So I shortened the Blitzway neck a little bit, and I actually slipped over Enterbay and Metacom Enterbay Ultimate Unison. Included this seamless neck piece here, which is just the same. If you've got the Scarface figure, it's the same, exactly the same piece, just colored to fit his skin tone, which it actually isn't that close, but it's better than the Blitzway one was underneath. I mostly put it on there just to thicken his neck out a little bit. The Blitzway neck was long, so I had to shorten that. And I also dremeled out the inner areas of his elbows so he could bend his arms a little bit more. If you have the body, you'd know what I mean when I say that. I also included some thigh extenders from Hot Toy Figure onto them to kind of beefing out his legs a little bit. If you've ever used those things before, they're a great idea, but they absolutely look ludicrous on every single figure. So I always Dremel it used to come out to there. Really goofy looking. So I always Dremel it a lot, just to smooth it out all around, make them much thinner. And then when you put them on the legs, it does work to extend the muscles, but it doesn't make them look like thunder thighs, which they do if you just sort of snap them on the figure without altering them. So if Hot Toys continues to provide these add-on muscles, they should really take some time to make sure the proportions are correct. So anyways, that's an unrelated nitpick. So the only other thing it comes with that I didn't show is the coat, and I'm going to actually pause the video and take a second one to show you guys what the coat's nice. That's the Endor coat. But before I do that, really quickly, I just wanted to show how he looks. Oh no! There he goes. See, this is what happens when you try and do this with one hand. One of these days I might get an actual camera so we're not looking at these crappy little iPhone videos I do. Alright, so there we go. So there he is next to Luke. So the scale actually follows very similarly to what he came from out of the box, and I think it looks really good. It looks very close to his height versus Luke's. He's very much in scale with pretty much any standard 1/6 figure. I have Indiana Jones here. I did do some work on that Indiana Jones. Just had a little bit. I made him sweaty and tried to reshape it. But even, you know, despite the fact that I tried to fix this a little bit, likeness wise, there's really no comparison. But that's that. And I have Darth Vader here, which I replaced his torso with the shorter piece to shorten him a little bit, and Tony May's cape, which looks a lot better. And lastly, I have Boba Fett standing here, but his gun is falling out of his hand, so I want to fix that quickly. Oh, there goes his hand. Alright, well, I'm going to show Boba next to him on the coat, because I need a chance to put this iPhone down and put his hand back on. So, there you go. So if you get a chance to get the figure for a decent price, I would do it. I think that Hot Toys will certainly make Han Solo, but they probably won't make him in Return of the Jedi outfit, and I think that irregardless if their head is better or worse or whatever, this is still a good head, and it certainly won't hurt to, if you're a diehard Star Wars fan, to have a couple really high-end looking Star Wars figures, and you don't really want to miss on that opportunity. So you see it for under $250, don't hesitate, just get it. I think you'll like it a lot. Be prepared to do a little bit of work to get them to look good on another body, but other than that, recommend it. So I'll just switch them out to the other coat here.